Hi guys, it's Chris speaking. Welcome back. Where today we're tackling the question of, am I gay? The answer is no. But it is a question that went through my brain when I started transitioning, even pre-hormones, socially, and I had started looking at men a lot more closely than previously before. I think when I started to question my gender, I became so hyper aware of men that I wondered if I would be one of those people that ended up switching in sexuality and being gay. Once I came out as a man and once I was on hormones, I worried for about 5 seconds that I would now be attracted to men. And that's not a bad thing. You can be attracted to who you're attracted to. But for me, it was scary because I had this new relationship and I, was planning on proposing to my female fiance. And I was like, oh, crap, what if I end up just switching teams completely and going the other way? It didn't happen, thankfully, but I think for some trans people, I read a lot on the trans Reddit pages and the trans Facebook groups, and for some people it does happen. Maybe you're attracted to one gender before, and now you're attracted to the other gender once you've transitioned. For me personally, it's definitely opened up my eyes to men, and I had to question whether I was gay. Coming out and starting hormones. I remember going to a concert, and I can't remember if it was just before hormones started or just after hormones started, and we were sort of at the front of where the stage was, and there was a guy that I kept looking at. He just kept grabbing my attention, not him actively, but I just could not stop looking at this guy, and I was like, is this it? Is this where I leave my future and I chase down this particular man? I think we become super hyper aware of people going from female to male. For me in particular, this is my story, everyone's different, but I became so hyper aware of men that I was looking at them all the time. I was trying to copy them. I was trying to be less intimidated by them. I think prior to knowing that I myself was a man, I used to get quite jealous and I felt emasculated by cis men that my brain had turned off to the idea of ever being with one, wanting to be around them. Most of my friends were female, and I felt they made me feel uncomfortable, and I didn't know why. And then, I started going down this route, and I started looking at them more and more closely, and I became less and less afraid of men. So nowadays, I'd probably sit and tell you that I'm not 100% straight. So prior to transitioning, I, was pretty 90% just women. Women didn't intimidate me. I was attracted to and enjoyed the company of women. I have a great fiance. I had a relationship with a woman for 8 years before then, and I was worried that all that was going to go down the drain. It didn't change my sexuality and how I view people in that way. I'm still very much attracted to women, but now I'm less scared of men, and I'm less scared of looking at men. And Australia, where everyone has to mow at any time of any day. Anyway, I'm less scared of looking at men and being like, that guy's attractive, or he's kind of hot. It's been a weird shift for my brain, and I think the more comfortable that I become with myself, the more open I am to those experiences. But like I said, I have a fiance and I love her very much. But just saying, to me, sexuality is pretty fluid, and you just sort of go with the flow. Some people will switch between two. You'll just find a person. Some people just find people that they love, which is awesome. But definitely for me, I became less afraid of looking at men once I was on hormones, after being freaked out about it initially. So if you're going through the same thing, don't worry so much. It's okay. You're allowed to change and be open and be fluid. You get one life, enjoy it. Anyway, that's it from me. If you have your own experiences with, questioning your sexuality when you're starting on hormones, feel free to leave comments below. Let me know if you did switch, or you thought about it for 5 seconds like I did and worried about it, and now you realize that it's okay just to love the people that you love. If you like the content, give this a thumbs up. If you want to click on my face, which will be somewhere on the screen, then you can subscribe. Alright, that's it from me. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Okay, bye. Yay, we're done.